Hello, welcome students. Okay, welcome you back to the SBR online classes. So we shall continue the topic permutations and combinations. Yesterday we have seen what do we mean by permutations and combinations in a very simple manner. Okay, so permutations are nothing but arrangements. Okay, arrangements in some definite order. And what do we mean by combinations? Combination is nothing but just a mere selection of objects. Okay, here the order doesn't matter, but in case of permutations, order is very important. Okay, so now we shall start with the some of the problems from worked examples and as well as exercise. Okay, so you can see here the first example is find the number of. Okay, you can always see in the questions they will ask find the number of or find how many. So they are asking us what are the possible answers you are going to get. Okay, they will never ask us to list down the answers. Okay, find the number of four letter words. Okay, so they are asking us to find a four letter words with or without meaning. Okay, so whether it makes sense or doesn't make sense doesn't matter. They are just asking us to find how many four letter words which can be formed out of the letters which can be formed. Okay, so four letter words has to be formed out of the letters of the word rose. Okay, so we have to find a four letter word out of the letters of the word rose where the repetition of letters is not allowed. So concentrate students. So what they are asking, what they are informing us about the question, they are asking us to find number of four letter words. Okay, so how many four letter words can be formed out of the letters of the word rose, and the condition given is that repetition of the letters is not allowed. Okay, so yesterday we have seen two fundamental principle of counting. Okay, so fundamental principle of counting can be abbreviated as also as FPC. So don't worry students, FPC is nothing but fundamental principle of counting. Okay, so what was the first one we have seen? Addition principle, right? And the next one was multiplication principle. Okay, in addition principle, we have understood that the events will occur independent of each other, right? So one event is not depending upon the other event. So if an event, okay, so it's nothing but m plus n wins. What if there is one more event and it is also occurring independent of the other two? So that will be nothing but, for in general I'm writing, okay, m plus n plus p. Okay, so it depends upon the number of events given to us. If there are four events plus another event. Okay, so multiplication principle. Multiplication principle means every event is depending upon the other. Okay, like dressing up. Okay, if you wear a shirt, again you have to wear a pant, then only it is called a complete dressing up and it will be a event, full event. So it's nothing but m cross n base. So what if we come across another event which has to be followed immediately after n? So it will be p. Okay, immediately another event, if it follows, then it will be m into n into p into q. So this is a general way. Don't think that since sir has taught only two events, so m plus n only. Okay, so if more than one event comes, and they are independent of each other, then addition rule. And if more than one, sorry, if more than two events occurs and they are depending upon each other, then it's a multiplication principle. Okay, so just recalling these two principles, so we will move to the question provided. Okay, so they are asking us to find a four-letter words out of the letters of the word rose. So let us understand this one. So rose, right? So it has how many letters? One is R, one is O, and another one is S, E. So how many letters we have here? Okay, so we have a four-letter word. So using a four-letter word, using these letters only, they are asking us to form a four-letter words with the condition that the repetition of the letters is not allowed. Okay, so now how we can form a word out of this? So one word will be anyhow rose, right? And they have also mentioned with or without meaning. So rose gives a meaning. It's a name of a flower. Okay. So what if I arrange the letters in this manner? Okay, this is also a word but without a meaning. Okay, word without a meaning. So they are not worried about the meaning. They are just asking how many possible ways or in how many different ways we can form a word out of the rose. Okay, and then okay, these are just some of the examples I'm telling you. Okay, we can write down plenty over here according to such. So here listing of the words is not important, just in how many ways we can form a word is that's all important. Okay, and that can be done by the two principles which we have studied. Okay, so now let's begin the solution. I hope you have understood now what do they mean by form a four-letter word out of the letters of the word rose. Okay, so now solution. Since there are four letters in the word rose. Okay, what are those? That is R O S E. Right. So what are they asking us to do? They're asking us to do form a four-letter word. So let us take a pictorial representation since they have been telling us four-letter words. So I have taken four boxes or four empty boxes. So let me name this as first box, second box. This is our third box, fourth box, or four-letter words, right? Four boxes. Okay. So now, since the letters is not allowed means you cannot form a letter in this manner. Okay, though see here R is repeating. Here R is repeating. So such type of possible ways or arrangements we have to avoid here. Okay, so now in the word rose, how many letters we have? Four, right? So first place we can either in the first box we can either drop R, okay, or we can either drop O, or we can either drop S, or we can either drop E. Okay, it's not visible over here. Okay, so in the first place or in formation of four-letter words, the first letter we can either fill it with R or O or S or E. So how many options do we have here to fill? Four options. Okay, the first place can be filled in four ways. Okay, now one more condition is that repetition of the letters is not allowed. So see, either R will go into the first place or either S we can start or E or O. So condition is repetition of letters should not be allowed. So let's suppose we have started the word with R. You can even start with S. Okay, don't worry. So let's suppose we have started with R. Means we cannot repeat R again in the second place. So that means how many options we are left with now? O, S, E. So only three are there. So the second place can be filled in how many ways? O, S, E. Only three are there here. Right? Three. And you can see still we have not completed a four-letter word. That means the event is going on. You can understand which principle we should apply. Okay. So now, so out of OSE, okay. So let's suppose we have chosen O here to be O or S. You can take even S also. Doesn't matter. Okay, so how many options now we have to fill the third box? We have two. Okay, the third place can be filled in two ways, right? So now this option is also gone now, either O or E, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what they are telling us, form a four letter word. Okay, four letter word out of the letters of the word ROSE. So ROSE consists of four letters, right? So now we have to think of forming the words out of the letters of the word ROSE. So it can be either ROSC arrangement, or it can be SORE arrangement, or it can be SREO, right? Or it can be EORS, it can be EROS. Okay, so like this. And they are telling us the letters shouldn't be repeated, right? So this is not the arrangement that they are asking. Okay, so now have you understood now? Okay, so the same way, so in the beginning how many options we have? Four options, right? So we have four. So out of four, any one we can fill here. So to fill the first box, how many options we have with us? Four. Okay, one is filled now out of the four. Now how many are left with us? Three, right? So now among the three, one they are asking us to fill the next word. Okay, next letter. So how many options do we have for this place? Three. Now, after any of the three letters going into this box, how many we are left with? Two. Right? Similarly, after the two letters going into this box, how many we are left with? Now, one. Okay. So the last place or the fourth place can be filled in one ways. Okay, how many options we have? One option. So now you can see that the complete four letter word formation is over. Now the event is over, right? So the total number of ways will be okay. To fill the first box, we had four options. Okay, after filling, you cannot repeat. After filling any of the four letters, you cannot repeat the next letter. So it will be three. Still, the event is going on, right? And then it will be two, and then only one will be left out. So the event is going on, and they are dependent upon each other. Okay, so that's why multiplication principle. So the total number of ways is equal to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, So now how many words we can form? 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, 24 1s are 24. So we can form 24 words out of the letters of the word rose. Okay, where repetition is not allowed. So this is our first example. Okay. So answer is 24. So 24 words we can form out of the letters of the word rose. Okay, so now let's see a condition. What if suppose all the letters are repeated? If we can repeat all the letters, what will be the solution for that? Or how many words we can form? It's given in the note. The same letter we will take, rose. So how many letters are there in the rose? 4 letters. And in the first, in the question example one, what was the condition? Repetition not allowed. So now repetition of letters is allowed. It's given in the note. Okay, we shall see what will happen. Okay, so for 4 letter words, take 4 empty boxes. Okay, so we can repeat the letters here. So what are the letters? R, O, S, E. Okay, so to fill the first place, how many options we have? Either we can fill it with R, right? Or we can fill it with S, or we can fill it with E, or we can fill it with O. So we can fill with any of the 4 letter options. So it's 4. So let's suppose we have filled S, right? But let's suppose we have started filling with S now. Okay, so now this letter can also be repeated according to the condition. Means again we are having all the 4 options, right? And still the event is going on. So multiplication principle, because now it's just a 2 letter word. They are asking us to form a 4 letter word, means the event is not completed yet, so the event is going on, right? So again, let's suppose we have filled here E, right? But according to the condition, repetition is allowed. Again E can be repeated, right? So again for the third place we have 4 options, right? And this is just a 3 letter word. Now the event is still going on, multiplication principle, right? So now again for the fourth option, because repetition is allowed, again we are having 4 options available. So now tell me how many words we can form. We can form, okay, 4 4s are 16, and again 4 4s are 16. So such words with repetition, okay, so we can form as 256. Okay, is that clear, students? One is we have understood regarding repetition not allowed, and another one we have understood regarding repetition allowed. Okay, now we shall see the second example. Example 2, given flags of different colors. Given flags of different colors, given 4 flags. Okay, given 4 flags of different colors, how many? Okay, how many different signals? How many different signals can be generated? How many different signals can be generated if a signal requires the use of two flags, one below the other. Okay, so always draw empty boxes. It will be very easier for us to understand. So given four flags of different colors, so we have been given four flags. Okay, we have been given four flags of different colors. You can see flags are of different colors. How many? Again, I have told you, find the number, or how many such type of questions only will be asked. How many different signals can we generate, or different signals can be generated if a signal requires the use of two flags? Okay, the signal requires only two flags. Have you seen a traffic signal? The same way. Okay, so it requires only two flags, one below the other. Okay, so let's suppose this is one signal, one below the other, and let's suppose this is our second signal. Okay, so to form these two signals, how many options we have? Four flags. Okay, how many options we have? Four flags, right? So let's suppose this is our first place and this is our second place. They have told requires the use of two flags, one below the other. That's why I have taken the boxes in a vertical manner. Okay, you have seen a traffic signal, right? The same way. So you have given four options, four flags. Now you can see the first flag. So how many flags we have? Four flags. So to fill the first box, you can either fill with first flag or the second flag or the third flag or the fourth flag. To fill the first signal, so how many options we have? Four options. Right? Is it clear? So, and traffic signals have to be of different color only, right? So now four options, right? Now second one, after filling it with one color, okay, you can either fill by any of the four options. Now only one will be deleted now, and the remaining are nothing but how many flags are left now? Three. Now the event is over. Now the complete event is over. So here first flag is dependent upon second, right? So these two are depending upon each other. So how many will be our total number of ways we can solve this problem? So 12 signal flags. Okay, so now let's write down the solution. Okay, since there are four different flags, therefore the first place can be filled in. So before filling the first place, how many options we have? Four options. So it can be filled in four ways. Now the second place can be filled in. So now any among the four has gone into the first place. So how many are left? Three. So three. Now the event is over. So therefore the total number of ways is equal to 4 into 3, which is equal to 12 ways. Okay, so this is the answer for the second one. Now example 3. Example 3. How many two digit even numbers, how many two digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if the digits can be repeated. Okay. So now the question is how many two digit even numbers. So this is important, even numbers as well as two digit. Okay. So two digit means it will be consisting of units and tens place. That's it. Can be found from the digits. So from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are asking us to find how many two digits we can form out of the bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so how many options we have been given? 5. And there are 5 digits. Okay, 5 digits they have given. They are asking us to solve, or they are asking us to form a two digit even number. Okay, not just two digit even number. And the digits can be repeated, they are telling. So digits can be repeated. There is a possible that you can repeat the digits also. So here one thing you need to remember, they are asking a two digit as well as a two digit even number. That's important. Okay, let's say 11, right? So this is a two digit number, but it's not a even number. Okay, 12, right? So this is also a two digit number, also a even number. 13. Okay, hope you are understanding what I am trying to tell. So you cannot take this. Okay, neither you can consider this one. Only such type of things we can consider. You can consider even the repeated because they are told we can repeat the digits, right? So 42 or 43 if we take, this is not a even two digit number, this is also not possible. Okay, how many such numbers can be found among the collection of 5 digits? Okay, okay, you know that if a number has to be a even number, so the units place must contain only a even number, right? So among the collection given, so which are the even numbers? So the even numbers are 2, 4, right? So in this place you can fill either 2 or either 4. And one more thing you remember, students, whenever they ask regarding digits, numbers, so always start from the units place. It will be easier for you. Always starts from the units place in case of digits. Okay, if alphabets are given, no, it's not an issue. Okay, so in this units place, either you have to put 2 or you have to put 4, right? So to fill this units place, how many options do we have? Only 2, right? So now what they are telling, the digits can be repeated, right? So digits can be repeated means, so either you are filling this with 2 or 4. How many options? 2 options, right? So again after filling you can use this again once again. So again we are left with all the 5 digits. So how many options to fill the tens place? 5. So now it's a complete event. So how many such digits we can form? 10 digits. Okay. So the same thing we can write down in the solution. Okay, so answer here in this case, the even numbers are 2 and 4 only. Okay, so hence the units place can be filled in. Okay, so how many options it can take? It can take two answers, either the letter, either the digit 2 or 4 can be filled in two ways. Okay, the tens place can be filled in. Okay, so the tens place, again the condition is can be repeated, means we can use the digits again. So how many options we have? All the 5 options, right? So therefore the total number of ways, is equal to 2 into 5, which is equal to 10. Okay, so now we have completed the solution. Is that clear, students? So analyze the questions properly. How many two-digit even numbers? So it has to be a two-digit also, and it has to be a even number also. Can be found out of the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have given 5 options. Among the 5 options, only we have to form a word. Okay. So here the even numbers are 2 and 4, right? So the units place will be filled by either 2 or 4. So to fill this unit place, we have two options, right? So again, all the digits can be repeated. So the tens place can be filled by any of the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So how many we have here? 5 options. So 5. Hence the total number of ways is equal to, now the event is over. 2 into 5 equal to 10. Okay. So now let's see the next question. Next question is very interesting because most of the students get confused with the word over there. Okay. So now example 4. Find the number of different signals that can be generated by arranging at least, okay, at least two flags in order, and that order is one below the other on a vertical staff. Vertical staff is nothing but a kind of flag post. If 5 different flags, if 5 different flags are available, okay, find the number of different signals that can be generated by arranging, this is important here, by arranging this one, at least two flags. They are not asking us arrange two flags. They are asking us arrange at least two flags. Okay, two flags in order, one below the other on a vertical star. Five different if five different flags are available. Okay, so how many options do we have? Five different flags. So let me name them as F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Okay, so five different flags have been given and they are asking us to find, they are asking us to arrange at least two flags. Okay, before we begin this, let us understand what do you mean by at least. Okay, so in an examination, the maximum marks is 100. Okay, so what's the passing marks? Okay, so if you ask anybody, so what do we say? What's the minimum marks we should get so that we can pass the examination? That is 35, right? So to pass the subject, we need at least 35 marks or minimum 35 marks. So this at least is nothing but minimum. Okay, so to pass, to maximum marks are 100. Okay, you have to score minimum 35 at least. Okay, you have to score minimum 35 so that your result will be as passed. So it doesn't mean that you shouldn't score 36, right? It doesn't mean that you shouldn't score 40. It okay, 35 and more than 35 is always considered as a pass only, but the minimum requirement is 35. The similar way, okay, even if you say 100 is also, you have passed only. Okay, so minimum 35 or more than 35 is considered to be pass, right? So the same way, at least two flags. At least two flags means minimum two flags has to be arranged among the five different given flags. Okay, so minimum two flags means you have to arrange the flags in two. You have to consider two flags, three flags, four flags, and five flags, and also six flags or seven flags, eight flags, so on, right? But in the question they have given only as, okay, don't get confused, right? Since sir has told up to 100 marks, so let us take from 5 till the innumerable number. Okay, so just understand here. Okay, so fine, I have told you scoring passing marks are minimum 35, but it can be more than 35 also, but you cannot cross the maximum marks, right? You cannot say 101, right? So the marks available are only 100, right? So up to 100 only are possible, and the flags given here are only 5 flags, so you cannot proceed above more than 5. Okay, is that clear, students? Now, okay, so find the number of different signals that can be generated by arranging at least two flags. Okay, at least two flags. Now you have understood. Means two flags, three flags, four flags, and five flags. Up to five flags only is possible because we have been given only five flags. Okay, so now let's solve this. So in this particular question, they are asking us to find at least two flags out of five flags given. A signal can, in this particular question, can consist of either two flags or three flags okay, can consist of either 2 flags, comma, 3 flags, 4 flags, or or 5 flags. Okay, a signal can consist of either 2 flags, 3 flags, 4 flags, or 5 flags, because it's they have given at least 2 flags. Okay, is it clear? So now let's see how the number of 2 flags, okay, the number of 2 flag signals. So one below the other. So how many flags do we have? 5 flags. Okay. So to fill the first position, how many flags we have? 5 flags. Right. So after filling any of the 5 flags, so we are left with how many options now? 4 options. Okay, so it's nothing but 5 into 4 ways. So two signals can be formed in how many ways? 20 ways. Okay, so this event is over, but the question is not completed yet. Okay, they have not just asked form 2 flags. Okay, so they are asking us to form minimum at least 2 flags. Okay, the number of 3 flag signals. Okay, they have asked us to take one below the other. Okay, so to form 3 flag signals, how many options do we have? 5, right? So in the first place, either first flag will go among this, so either the second flag or the third flag or the fourth or 5. So how many can go in here or be filled? 5, right? So one flag is taking its position now, right? So how many are left now? 4 are left, right, for the second place. Again, now this has been filled, right? So how many flags are left now? 3 flags, right? So in how many ways we can arrange a 3 flag signals? 5 into 4 into 3. Okay, so 3 flag signals can be done in 5 into 4 into 3 ways, right? So it will be 5 into 4 into 3 equal to 60. Okay, so 60. But still the question is not complete. This particular event is complete. Okay, 2 flag signals, 3 flag signals, particular event is complete. The question is not completed. The question is at least 2 flags, means 2, 3, 4, 5. The same way, the number of 4 flags signals. Okay, okay, so this is our first place now. To fill this first place, how many flags have been given? 5, right? So after any one of the flag being colored here or being filled here, so how many we are left with? We are left with 4. Now this is also is filled. Now how many we are having? 3, right? Now this is also filled. Now how many we are left with? 2. So it will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. Okay. So 5 fours are 20, and 20 into 6 will be 120 ways, right? And still the question is incomplete. We have to find out the number of 5 flag signals. Okay, okay, so here we need to arrange 5 flag signals, right? To arrange for the first one, How many flags do we have? 5 flags. Okay. And 5 flag signals will be definitely of different colors, right? So let's suppose it has been filled by red signal, right? So how many are left now? We are left with only 4. Now it's filled by green. So now let's suppose here, how many will be left with? 3. Right. Now again among these 3, 1 will be filled here. Now 2 will be left for the next one. Now among this, 1 will be left, 1 will be filled. And how many will be remain now here? 1. So hence the number of 5 different signals that we can generate are 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 5 fours are 20, 60, and this is 120, 120 into 1, again 120. Okay, so now you can see we have done 2 flag signals, 3 flag signals, 4 flag signals, 5 flag signals. But the question is at least 2 flag signals. Right. So it comprises of means minimum 2 flag signals you have to generate. 2, right? Then 3 with, then 4, then with 5. Right. So hence the total number of ways will be. So 2 flag signals, how many? How much? 2, 20. Right. So 2 flag signals answer is over now. The operation is over now. Now next we have to add here, because 2 flag signals, generating 2 flag signals is independent of 3 flag signals, right? In this event we are forming 2 flag signals. In this event we are forming 3. Here 4 and 5, and all of them are independent of each other. So therefore the total number of ways will be 20 plus 60 plus 120 plus 120, right? So now just count this one, right? This will be 240, 300, 320 ways. Okay, so we can generate for the at least 2 flags. Answer is the total number of ways will be 320. Okay, this completes our worked examples. So tomorrow we shall start with exercise 7.1. Thank you, students.
Okay, one of the students asked the doubt that example number three is how many two digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5 if the digits can be cannot be repeated. Okay, in this example, they given can be repeated, they given, but the student asked if cannot be repeated, what we have to do. Okay, here, what is our problem? We have to form the two-digit even numbers. Two-digit even numbers. Therefore, take the 10th place and unit place. Okay, this is our 10th place. And this is our unit place because we have to form the two-digit even numbers. Even number means the unit place should be either it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. But here we don't have any 6, 8, 0. Here we have only 2 and 4. Okay, unit place should be filled with what? Only 2 and 4. Because in the unit you just observe the even numbers. What is the even numbers? 12, 14, 16. Okay, here the unit place should be either 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. But here we don't have any 6, 8, 0. Here we have only two even numbers, that is 2 and 4. Therefore, it can be filled in how many ways? Two ways. Two ways, correct? It can be filled in two ways. Okay, and cannot be repeated. It can be filled in how many ways? Already we have filled any one out of 2 or 4. Already we have filled one. Okay, you have to remove any one from these two. After removing any one, how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are removed 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 5. If you are removed 2, we have 1, 3, 4, 5. Means it can be filled in how many ways? It can be filled in how many ways? 4 ways. Okay, it can be filled in 4 ways. If repetition is allowed, either you can, if you are substituting 2 means here also you can substitute 2. Okay, on that time it becomes 5 ways. It becomes 5 ways. But here we are taken cannot be repeated. Here we are substituting 2 means again don't substitute 2 here. You have to remove 2. After removing 2, how many are left? 4 are left. So it can be filled in 4 ways. Therefore, total number of even numbers equal to 4 into 2 equal to how much? Equal to 8. Therefore, we can form 8 two-digit even number from these digits. Clear?
Okay, example third, one of the student is asking us to repeat once again. Okay, sir has explained on can't be repeated. Okay, so what if, and one more student was also asked, I guess, with this the same condition. So just now sir has solved it. Okay, you can go through it. So now one more student is asking us to repeat the example 3. Okay, so example 3 is how many two-digit even number, okay, can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so how many digits have been given to us? 5 digits, right? So let us, so these are the digits given to us, and we should frame a two-digit number. Two-digit number comprises of a unit place and a tens place. Is that clear, students? Not just two-digit. They are also even asking even. it should be an even number. So even numbers are always always those numbers where the unit places should be compulsorily even. Either it should be the 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Right? So such type of numbers, if placed in the unit place, then only it is called a even number. Okay. So what are those examples you can say? It's a 82, right? 86, 84, 72, right? Or 22, right? 34, right? So don't worry, since I have taken it. So what I'm trying to tell here is that you have to pick the digits among the given options only. Don't look for the other options also. So you have to make a two-digit number among these five only. So in this collection, how many are even numbers? Even numbers are 2 and 4, right? So that means in this unit place, either I can fill it with 2 or I can fill it with 4. So what I'm saying here, either I can fill it with 2 or 4. Or means add, I have told you yesterday only. So to fill this place, how many ways we have? 2 ways, right? So now it's over. Units place we can fill with either 2 or 4. So 2 is the answer for the units place. So units place can be filled in 2 ways, either by 2 or 4. That's it, over units place. But the event is not over yet, right? So the event is not over yet. The experiment operation is not completed yet, right? So now one more condition. The digits can be repeated. Okay, so digits can be repeated means, so let's suppose we have inputted here 2 or we have filled it with 4. That means for tens place, again this number is also available to us. That means for the 10th place, again we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many options do we have here? 5. Now the experiment is over. So 5 ways into 2 ways. The total number of, this is important, 2 digit, not just 2 digit, even numbers. 2 digit even numbers is equal to 5 into 2. So it's 10. And regarding repetition is not allowed or can't be repeated, it's 4 into 2. Okay. You can go back and see. Form two flag at least two flag signals out of five different flags. A student was asking, sir, what if, how the question will be framed apart from at least two flags? So at least two flags we have just now seen, At least 2 flags means it comprises of 2 flags plus 3 flags plus 4 flags plus 5 flags. Okay, so the other way they can ask is only 2 flag signals. You can see it in the example number 2, I guess. Yeah, in example number 2, you can see they have given 4 flags and they are asking us to find 2 flags, right? Arrange 2 flags. So similarly, instead of at least, they may ask us directly just 2 flags, 2 flag signals or 3 flag signals. Okay, each and everything they may ask into a separate question. Okay, that's it, students. And one more was asking units place and tens place. It's nothing, it's very easier, but hopefully you might have read about ones place, right? So that maybe they might have confused. You might remember. So this is what do we call 100. So how do we name this digit? Units place, tens place, thousand. Units place, tens place, hundreds place, and thousand place. Okay. In primary, this is even called a units place, and this is even called a ones place. So you might have heard of ones place, so don't worry. Okay, units place and ones place are both the same.
Resolving method would be same or different for the these type of questions. At least when addition when multiplication suppose distributed fruits.
Multiplication principle and addition principle. Okay, so multiplication principle is used when the event is going on or when and is mentioned here. Okay, when the event is going on. See, look here in this place, in this problem itself. Okay, let's suppose just it is a two digit number. Two-digit number. Okay, so now, right, so to form this two-digit number, first we have to put in units place and ten, first unit place and then 10 place. So to fill this units place, how many options we have? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So we can fill it with either 1 or 2 or 3 or 5. So how many ways we have? 5 ways here, right? So now you, let's suppose you have written here 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So it means only it's a single digit, right? But what is the question? Two digit. So the event is still in progress. The operation is still carried out, right? So that's why when it is going on and you have to fill the tens place also, right? So that's why multiplication principle. So here also, again, now we can fill it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hence, here how many options do we have to fill? 5 ways. Okay, if the operation or event is going on still, then multiplication principle. If the operation is completed, then addition principle. Okay. Okay, and additional principle is always or. So whenever we come across or, addition principle to be used. Okay, and for addition principle, the example is of the last example, fourth one. Okay,